Hello, my friends. Liberty Garden coming to you from the ranch. It's about 1:30 on a Saturday. I think it's July 16th or something like that. Anyway, today I'm about to go out there and fence. I haven't started fencing. I just got here a while ago, and I'm gonna have my lunch before I go out there. And for about 2 months now, since about May 20th, I got on a ketogenic diet. So I've done this before. I did it in 2019. It was very good. But then I quit around Christmas time and never got back on it. So I got back on it about 2 months ago. And what the ketogenic diet basically is that you cut out your carbs, your sugars, anything that's good. Basically, you cut it out of your life, and you stick to high fat meats, uh, uh, avocados, no low glycemic fruits and vegetables like avocados or spinach, chard, kale, broccoli, all the nasty stuff nobody likes. So that's what it is. And I add some nuts as well, some pecans, and everybody does it a little bit different. I mean, as you can see, I have a little tomato here, and apparently for the purist, the tomato has too much sugar in it, so you shouldn't be getting it. But whatever. Anyway, it's been 2 months. I've lost 15 pounds. So I was at 205, which is a lot of weight for a guy that's 5'9", and I'm at 190. So about 7 pounds a month. The first time I did it, I lost 20 pounds in about 6 weeks. I guess the body kind of learns. Second time around, got a little more stubborn. And I've also broken the diet when I go camping with the kids. You know, most of the food at the camp is very carb, a lot of carbs in it. So there's really nothing else. So I eat that. But when we're at the camp, we burn a lot of calories anyway. But anyway, this is what I'm eating today. It's an avocado with onions, tomatoes, and serrano peppers with lemon and salt. And I emptied a can of tuna, not tuna, sardines in there, and I'll mix it, and it makes a pretty good dish. And the good thing about the ketogenic diet is that, I guess the best part about it is that you don't really get hungry. Like this morning, I had a 3 egg omelet with mushrooms, spinach, and onions, and just ate it with a fork. Oh, and some cheese and ham. And I ate it with a fork. And right now, I'm not really hungry, but I'm just gonna eat this because basically I just need the calories. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out right now and work pretty hard, so I need it. But what happens is, unlike when you're on a diet that's you're consuming a lot of carbs and sugars, is that every 4 or 5 hours your body needs more of those carbs and sugars to keep functioning, because it's just burning that for the most part. And people with blood pressure issues, low blood pressure, etc., they come down hard. They feel real weak, etc. I don't have that issue. I mean, even when I used to consume bread and rice and pasta and stuff like that, I never really felt like a crash. But some people feel that very badly. So I don't know. I don't feel it much. But what I've noticed, but I do get hungry. But what I notice when I'm in the ketogenic diets is that I don't get hungry. Period. Because once you go into ketosis, which is basically your body burning fat primarily for energy instead of sugar. Uh, when your time comes to eat again, your body's constantly feeding off your fat reserves. Uh, and that's why I said my mobile pantry was 30 pounds, Um, I mean, that's what the body does. It's going to start eating away at the fat reserves you have in store. So it's still burning energy. You're still having a source of energy, but you don't feel hungry because you don't get that sugar crash. Your blood level stays pretty level, I think. Your blood sugar, I guess, stays pretty level, and you don't feel the crash. And that's the primary benefit I see to this diet, that you can go on for 10, 12 hours, which I've done, without really feeling weak or tired or groggy or angry or any of those things. I mean, you feel like there's a void in your stomach because you haven't put any food in there, but you don't really feel like you're gonna pass out. So that's that, guys. I mean, if you guys, if anybody out there wants to lose weight fast, I mean, and I mean fast, you can probably lose about the first month you're gonna lose between 10 and 12 pounds, depending on your weight, right? Some people lose more. A lot of it is water weight. The first 3 or 4 days is water weight. When you first go on it, by the third day, you will feel your body change. And that's when it changes from burning sugars and carbs to burning fat. And there's something funny happens to your taste. You start feeling this metallic taste in your mouth. Just a weird metallic taste. And after that, I mean, you forget about it. You also get real thirsty. You get real thirsty at first, and then that's just kind of. I mean, I went from drinking at the house because my wife and I are doing it, and which helps a lot when your wife is doing it, because then she's cooking and I mean, you don't have the temptation of her cooking something real good and you can't eat it. She's on board with this, so she likes it a lot also. And when you just eat this, I mean, you're not gonna be hungry. You're just gonna boom, eat it. 6, 7 hours later, you eat again. That's it. Sometimes I eat twice a day. Sometimes I eat 3 times a day. It depends. In between snacks, I'll get like a handful of pecans, and I'll do that. And like I said, by the third day, you start feeling this metallic taste in your mouth, and you drink a lot of water. We doubled our consumption of water in the first when we moved onto this diet. And I noticed that because I started ordering twice the amount of water that I order for delivery. It just happens naturally. I don't know why, but your body demands more water, and I think it's because the carbs retain a lot of water in your body, and you tend to be always bloated when you have a lot of carbs, and that's one of the reasons why you lose a lot of weight at first, because you're losing all those carbs and you're not retaining water anymore. So that's the thing. So anyway, folks, I just want to kind of give you I mean, I know this is not something that I normally do, but if anybody out there, if you guys want to drop weight, especially if you guys some of you are diabetic or something like that, get on this stuff, man. You will freaking, if it's the what is it, the type 2, the ones that can, I don't know much about diabetes, but I know one of them is real shitty. I mean, you basically don't produce insulin. I think that's type 1. And the type 2 is when you're just basically eating crappy food all the time, and they call you diabetic. You're insulin resistant, I guess. I'm not very familiar with it. But anyway, I think if you're type 2 and you get on this keto diet, I mean, you will reverse that in a week. You will freaking reverse that crap in a week. Because, I mean, your body's going to naturally start burning fat instead of sugars. And I think you will feel a lot better. At first, you may get, some people call it the keto flu, which is like withdrawal symptoms from sugar. I don't know. I never got any of that crap. Again, I don't eat much sugar to begin with. I mean, my form of sugar consumption comes in the form of carbs, basically rice, potatoes, bread, pasta, but not really a lot of sweet stuff or Cokes. I haven't drank a Coke in about 7 years or so. So that's the main, the biggest differences you're going to see when you start on a keto diet. You're going to notice that your mouth taste changes by the third day. You're going to drink a lot of water, and you're going to feel your hunger pains go away, and you're going to feel like, I mean, granted, I enjoy eating quite a bit. I mean, there's a pleasure, an inherent pleasure to eating, and I like all kinds of foods and varieties and stuff like that. And unfortunately, a lot of those varieties have a lot of carbs and sugars in them. And this is a rather restrictive diet. And sometimes your palate stuff may start tasting the same after a while. I don't know. It's like, oh, I'm eating meat again. Gee, right. That type of thing. You wish you had like a piece of bread or something, a potato. But then, like, if you cut it out for about 2 weeks, and then you go back and eat a bowl of rice because you've caved in or something, you feel so freaking heavy and bloated. It's just weird. I mean, then you're like, oh shit, I don't know why I was eating this before, and you kind of stop. So I don't know if that's any consolation, but I just try it. I mean, if you can do this, if you can do the first 5 days, I think you're on a good streak. Don't do it on and off, because you'll put on weight. because primarily this diet, you need to consume some fat. You're going to be burning mostly fat. Not it's not the protein, it's the fat that's going to keep you going. So you're going to be eating chicken with the skin on, uh, beef with the fat on, pork chops with the fat on. Everything, you're going to eat the fat, and you're going to feel your body's going to crave it. I mean, if you've never eaten the chicken skin before, believe me, you'll be eating it. It'll be like, and you'll be chewing on the little nasty, gnarly tendons at the end of the chicken legs and stuff like that. It just, your body just craves it, and it's just that way. Uh, I mean, when I buy rotisserie chicken, after we're done with it, I boil that stuff for about 2 hours, and then I take I take all the meat off the bones, and then I add some vegetables, and that's becomes some chicken soup. And I mean, I used to, before, I used to freeze it or put it in the fridge, let the fat congeal, and then scrape it off. No, I don't do any of that. I just eat it like that, and it's a lot of fat, but I eat it like that because I mean that's kind of, my body is asking for it. So, and you'll still lose weight. You're gonna lose weight regardless, because it's the freaking sugar and carbs that make you put on weight, or basically your body burns that and puts the fat away. And when you deny the body of the sugars and the carbs, well, it's kind of you kind of force it to burn fat. And then as you move along, you can always reincorporate your fruits. I mean, I like fruits too much, so you know, in about 2 more months, I'll add an apple a day, or maybe some watermelon, which I love, stuff like that. I'll just reintroduce that to my diet. But at the beginning, just cut it out, and that's it. And I think you will feel the difference, especially any of you guys out there with that you may have diabetes, or you may have some kind of blood issues, like, you know, low blood pressure, stuff like that. You might want to try this. Again, I mean, it's not medical advice or anything like that, but I think it would help you. I don't think it would hurt you at all. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna get to my lunch before the flies start getting on it. It might not be too good, because, you know, you haven't seen any flies stop on it, so it may not be too good. This is some nasty freaking sardines, which you know, you gotta eat it with a freaking, you gotta put a clothpin in your nose to eat this crap. But anyway, I like to warm it up normally. I stir fry it with some onions and then eat it warm, but I'm out here in the farm, so I'm just gonna eat it like that with avocado. Still tastes good. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Until next time.